人になれ。傷つくことを恐れたら地球は悪の手に沈む。 Wake up the hero 燃え上がれ。光と闇の果てしないバトル。 Wake up the hero 太陽よ。愛に勇気を与えてくれ。仮面ライダー黒いボディ。仮面ライダー真っ赤な目。仮面ライダーブラック RX。 優しさよりも激しさが大事な時があるものさ。君よ怒りを稲妻に変えて宇宙に解き放て。 Wake up the hero 羽の枠。君の知らない君がいるのさ。 Wake up the hero
恐れるだけの歴史をゼロに巻き戻す英雄はただ一人でいい今あの崖を飛び越えて空が声なき声が空が君を呼んでる空が強さの証明 No fear, no pain 壊すものと守るもの No fear, no pain 答えは全てそこにある頂上疾走俺が変えてやる超変身仮面ライダークーガしこに散らばる欲望多くを手にできたら願いが叶うさみんなが振り回されなくしてく自由目的そのためなら手段は選ばないなぜ巡り合ったのか長い眠り覚めてる暇はないぜ誰かが呼んでるタイガーと運命クロスする今タイガーと空へ高く舞い上がる胸の炎が闇を焼き尽くす奇跡の力ここに降臨そうだろう誰も自分だけ満たされたそうじゃない後悔しない生き方が知りたい会いたいする願いだけど同じ場所で闇を払いのけて歩 日を切り開く誕生運命回り出したら誕生止まんない終わり来るまで二つの願いぶつかり合って奇跡の力ここに降臨春から時を経て今二度と悔やまぬために空より果てしない力で立ち向かえメダル羽ばたく奇跡の力ここに降臨
Just realized I've been yapping to myself. Good lord. Welcome in, DJ. Welcome in, God Drifter. I hope you all are doing good and well. Quite frankly, tonight, 24 hours, technically 23 hours before we get into this week's episode of MCW. which I still need to go ahead and work on. We got ourselves a little something in store here tonight. Quite frankly, we got ourselves yet another vibe stream that isn't WKW. Although there will be a little bit of WKW stuff because I never answered the question for that some people have hit me up on in terms of how do I go ahead and do my thing with WKW and MCW. So I'll go ahead and do that. But quite frankly, yo, I am confused as to why there's a giant gray brick in my face. Hold up. Lab, turn it off. I am your Magic Hill, one true hard hitter, #1 wig splitter, reigning, defending, your undisputed VTuber champion of the world, Doshan Vaughn. And quite frankly, for those that don't know, a couple of things we got going on for the community. Speaking about WKW, we're going to be doing that at a 24-hour stream in a couple of weeks. If you want to go ahead and join into that of the Y'all Book WKW and MCW room and book yourselves a match, y'all see the rules. Y'all heard it last stream. You can go ahead and make yourself a match. Also, you're welcome, DJ. Hope you're doing good and well. Oh, a little too epic. Let's play Kuga again. Yeah, y'all can go ahead. Everybody is able to book one match per person. If you haven't, feel free to join the Discord. We got that going on. But we also happen to have ourselves that of another thing that I'm going to be mentioning throughout stream today. And quite frankly, that is to determine what are we going to be watching starting next Friday, 1 week from today. So y'all can go ahead and check that. 2 Tokusatsu series we're going to be watching. A Kamen Rider and a Sentai / Power Ranger season. Whether it's Kamen Rider O's, Gokaiger, Deca Ranger, Power Rangers, Super Mega Force, and Mega Force, the standard one, which I've heard a lot of people say is dog ass. As contrary to Gokaiger's, which I hear a lot of people say is the peakest of peak. How is the Power Rangers version of the Sentai season? The legit Sentai's best versus Power Rangers worst. Just depends on what language you're watching. You also got the Time Rangers, Kamen Rider Shin, and Kamen Rider Kuga, where this song y'all are hearing right now comes from. So it comes down to that of Kuga, Shin, and O's for one poll, and then the other poll is Gokai, Mega Force, Deca Ranger, and Time Ranger. Go over to go ahead and join the Discord. Vote. Currently is in the lead. Deca Ranger and O's are both currently in the lead, but y'all can go ahead and sway them any which ways. And y'all can also vote on which time y'all want me to have them. But right now it's looking like it's going to be next Friday, 4 p.m. EST through 8 p.m. EST. I say 4 to 8. It's going to be 2 hours of both shows. Power Ranger / Sentai. And then 2 hours of Kamen Rider. But that's currently the plan. But yeah. That being said, let me go ahead and toss this to Obi, which is heading over. Let me do this. Prepare for the homie. Prepare this. But yeah, got ourselves a couple of things going as we're setting up to do some more community events. But we also got that of what the main event for today's stream is going to be for, and that is me yapping about Kamen Rider. Similar to how when I first started to step my feet into the pool, that is Super Sentai. I did a few tier list sort of things based off of suits, but based my thoughts off of whether or not I fucked with certain character suits and whatnot. We're gonna be doing something like that tonight. And that's it. Start us off. I did mention, how in the world do up? Yo, welcome in, Phantom. I hope y'all doing good and well. It's those sure to be here. I'm your real Magic Killer, one true hard hitter, #1 lyrics with a ring, defending yo undisputed VTuber champion of the world, Dojan Mon, and from one dragon to another. I thank you, my brother. But quite frankly, for those that are joining me here, I usually do that of my own EFED series, plural, WKW and MCW, but tonight we're doing a bit of a variety, short stream, as we're going to be yapping about, not Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, but also, I've been asked, how do I do? Hey, yo. Love y'all too. But I happen to do that of some cutscene things with that of my series of WKW, and what perfect timing, because I haven't gotten to answering that. I haven't gotten around to answering that question. So for those that are curious, let me go ahead and get some background music real quick. Be patient with your boy. Let's see. So plan today, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I do my thing. Then we're gonna get into 2 Kamen Rider tier lists, and I'm gonna probably rate out to like the TSO stage, because I've been working in streams for the past week and I haven't gotten to raid the dude. And then I'm gonna hurry up and finish MCW because I haven't finished editing for that. Let's see, what was the song I was looking for? I think I got it. Give me the theme for this. Is this it? Give me the extended version so I don't have to have it loop awkwardly. Perfect. Alright. Hope y'all can hear the music. No, y'all can't. Good lord. How in the world do I do that of these random cutscenes y'all see for these WKW MCW shows? Normally I don't break the fourth wall. You know what? Since this is no kayfabe stream, no kayfabe eyes, in Vaughn mode, let me go ahead and pull up an example. Because I know there's some people that be doing their own EFED, such as the homies that have rated in Phantom and Falcon both. I've heard a couple of people ask me the question. In case you do not know, in case you are an unknower, let me go ahead and pull up an example. Let me see. Let's see. Where is a match where there was some... Oh yeah! Such as the most recent main event for WKW. Where, quite frankly, we had some madness. I don't know why this automatically goes to low quality. Where we found ourselves in a random camera angle like this. All this stuff. And it'll be kind of cutscene-esque things that, including going to the crowd, that you don't see in 2K natively. Let me go ahead and bring y'all over. Let it be known, I have 4 PlayStation controllers. I don't know if that's wise. If you have the passion to go ahead and go crazy with creative stuff for eFeds, it could be a good investment. But again, I have 4 controllers at the ready at all time. Let me go ahead and boot these up. Also, I've downloaded the 2 people I was talking about that needed to fix their stuff. I got their stuff. I reluctantly got the Attitude Era edition. It just cost me 15 bucks. And I got Vita as well. Let me get 4 controllers. This could be a genuine pain in the ass. To the point where I've legitimately had I've legitimately had points where I have crashed out during a 2K's madness, which is also another reason I decided to get multiple controllers, because I don't like having to deal with the game's AI trying to stick its nose in my business. Will it be For example, let me choose an extreme rules, fatal 4-way. Zoom my face. You know, let's be funny with this. Let me not choose my arena. Let me choose the homies. And I'll go ahead and choose a random selection of characters. You know what? Y'all are here, so I'm yoinking y'all. Give me Bradley. Give me Falcon. Not Falcon, Phantom. Give me Zora. And then give me Exo Yuri. I'll go ahead and have the doggone whatchamacallit available, so I'm actively controlling them. Sometimes if I'm cutting from like one cutscene to another, I might go ahead and try to recreate whatever is going on, because usually I'll let the AI do whatever up until like a certain point in time where I feel like, okay, it's good for me to cut to something else. And say, for example, give 3 finishers. This is intergender, so there's no bleeding enabled. It's disabled, so get these 4. Wish I could skip this, because this is genuinely like a massive waste of time. Having them do all this doggone AFK moving. Not AFK moving, this whatchamacallit. And say, for example, say I wanted, I guess it is usually easier for me to control 2 people at a time, but sometimes I'll go and try to control 4, which is not easy. Which is also why you'll see them going off in random directions. Before I just ultimately go, screw it, I'm having 2 people do something. Then, go ahead, cut the audio on so I can hear it myself. Let's go. Good, doesn't cover me. Good. So I'll go ahead. I have the audio on to make it a little more seamless. I usually go ahead and say, for example, there's a match going in the ring, and let's say, hypothetically, Bradley is in a feud with whomever is in the ring. Maybe he's watching Falcon have a match. I don't know. And say, in this case scenario, Phantom is gonna go ahead and sneak attack him. I'll have Bradley standing off here. Usually I'll record, because I use OBS. I'll hit the record button so I can get the audio of the crowd. Then I'll go ahead. Then I'll have these 2 have a fight. Usually I'll control it. Sometimes I might let the AI do its thing. It is really a case-by-case scenario. Sometimes I'll do this to have people swap roles so someone else could get their shit in. Hopefully not like that. And I'll usually do this for like 20-30 second intervals. It's really inconsistent with how 2K does this. It's like right now it's like 28 seconds. Sometimes it'll be 20, sometimes it'll be 50. It really is random. Usually I'll try when I go back and edit. By the way, at this point, by the time I would have paused the game, I would have hit pause on the recording, or more, it's not pause on the recording, I would have stopped the recording. Now go ahead, now find a nice looking angle where you also will not see Falcon coming. This could also help in the case scenario that I wanted to fake y'all out and make y'all think something is going to happen and nothing at all happens. And I used to have it stay focused on, like, for example, in this situation, I'll have it stay focused on a Bradley, but I don't like the camera shifting about it. It could look very messy. Maybe sometimes I want to go for that. One thing I began to do with with 2K26, I'll mute Elgato, the capture, for when I'm in the highlight reel, which is where I go ahead and get things looking really clean. You won't see me controlling people like that. You also will be able to get these nice angles. I mute Elgato because 2K26 added in stupid sound effects for whenever I do anything, which could be a tiny bit distracting and very, very annoying. Then I'll go ahead, hit play, have the audio from the actual in-game capture I had beforehand play. Then I'll usually have my hand at the ready to pause. This time I mean pause. I don't mean to stop, I mean to pause that of the recording from OBS. Makes it easier rather than restarting, and which makes things longer for me to edit. Just as long as you are able to do shit simultaneously. Try to get a different angle while avoiding getting any of these in that of the camera shot. And I'll try to get another nice looking angle to make it not only different, but also to make sure that both men are fully visible, or at least mostly visible. Sometimes I just won't care, and I'll do it partially. I'll simultaneously make sure that you're on the screen, and that is out of your way. Hit the down button so it's out of your way. Simultaneously, I will hit to unpause the recording and resume the action going on here. So like 3, 2, 1. And now I have a different angle. Sometimes maybe I want to do something else. Pause both simultaneously. Then I'll move it again to keep this looking interesting. I try not to do too many cuts to look like a WWE 2019. And in turn, give this some ADHD energy. I'll do all this again. Also, y'all can hear why I mute Elgato, because this could be very annoying and very distracting. I'll unpause the recording and unpause the action going on in the ring or on the stage. Oh, yeah, another thing. I try to avoid keeping anything going on in the ring in the case scenario that there's some match going on, in case there's like people fighting up here, so y'all won't be able to tell, because I can only control up to 4 people at a time. With 4 controllers. You can't connect any more controllers past 4. I tried. It doesn't work. It's annoying. But I'll go ahead and go back to a nice looking angle where if I have other combatants that are going to be doing stuff up in the ramp, they're off screen unless they're doing something themselves. Also make sure you don't ruin the illusion by showing empty ring when 2 seconds ago there is people fighting there. Now go ahead, resume both. You go from where Brad hits the stop and screenshot to me, please. Alright. So I know I'll try my best to avoid hitting the rewind or fast forward button in the case scenario that I am recording, because then I would have to stop the recording and then start it over again, which means, again, more editing for me, because it would lead to things being very much off sync. You could also go ahead and tilt the camera, make it more dynamic if y'all want. Could also get some snapshots like this. Yeah. Let's pretend I did not rewind. Oh lord, I hate when I don't know why 2K does this at times. Sometimes it usually fixes itself when I just have it be focused on somebody. Again, try to avoid. I personally try to avoid have it being set to one person, because it makes the camera shake, move about, and in turn it could make, for example, when Phantom connects the stomp and it finishes, then all of a sudden part of Phantom's head, if it's focused on Bradley, is now off screen and it looks a little stuffed. Or if I have it on Phantom, then all of a sudden Bradley might all of a sudden be taken off screen. You can't see him. Like, for example, I get in close, it's on Bradley. Now you see Phantom, someone off screen. Or if I have it on Phantom, there it looks alright because you can still see Bradley. But say if I went for like a different angle, say like this one, it looks nice here, but when it finishes, most of Bradley's off screen, you can't see him. And even still, there might be some angles where, say for example, still looks alright here, looks real alright of an angle, up until, and now they're both being cut off. So I try to make sure it's all good and well. Let's pretend I didn't record, but say if, you don't know. Say in this case scenario, I fucked up when I was doing the recording and I rewinded it. Then I would stop the recording, start a new one. Which means more editing for me. But I'll go ahead, resume, have whatever actions going on here. I still have it focused on Phantom, but it kind of still works because it doesn't crop anybody off the screen. I'll send a screenshot to you in a bit. Go ahead. Sometimes I can do a generic looking angle. Sometimes I can do a dynamic looking angle. Sometimes I can have it be a really dynamic looking angle. And have it be like this. This is a meme. This is a meme. But sometimes if I decide to do it like this, try to go ahead and unfocus it from whomever without resetting the camera, because then it makes all of that adjusting the camera I did worthless. I'd be back to base and wherever. One downside to this is it does make things a little blurry sometimes. But hit resume on both the recording and the in-game action. Again, this is a little scuffed, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Have that action continue. And again, I usually try to avoid having people getting cut off. Again, I fucked up again because I would have rewound and it turned out I would have to start up a new doggone editing bit. Again, try to avoid having people getting propped up. I would prefer pausing the recording and then resuming it. In the case scenario that you do see some cropping, unless you don't care, in which case, to each their own. Doggone it, Bradley. Then I'll go ahead and have the action continue there. Sometimes if I do fuck up with, like, for example, you saw Bradley completely whiffed that. Say, for example, if I have a string of shit fucking up, maybe I'll just resume this. Again, make sure I have who I want. And this is in case you're like me and you try to be a perfectionist. I'll hit record and it records the game's audio. Or I'll record but I have them right around that same position they would have been in beforehand. Knowing if I had Bradley connect with whatever move he had, I would have him continue on while the audio for the game continues for like a good, I know it now says like 28, so I'll try to keep it around like 28 seconds. And then I can go ahead, rewind to where I would have started that clip bit. And for where beforehand Bradley would have completely whiffed a clothesline and looked goofy, now I can have him connect either with a clothesline or the super kick here. Then have these two continue. Again, I would have been pausing, resuming, pausing, resuming. I've been doing this for like a good 2.5 years at this point, so I'm able to do this a lot faster. I'm not recording right now because I rather not. You know what? I could. So make this a little easier in case somebody doesn't fully catch what I'm getting, or in case you are like me, you learn easier with that of seeing rather than doing. Say if I wanted to use Exo Yuri, fun fact, you can only have 2 people with a spotlight on them at the same time. Sometimes we'll fuck around with that to have it be more visually appeasing, or to focus on certain people more than others. Your boy does try and take an artsy bit of a look at things. Might be me being extra as fuck, but here's what it is. And say start recording. You have Zora beating up Exo Yuri, which is battered. And say, doggone, I meant to have you whiff. Say she's beating down Yuri. And whiffs a clothesline like that. The annoying thing 2K does, I had to remember which my controller is. Welcome in, Emperor. Let's say, I'm gonna record this bit so y'all can see a bit more of like what it looks like. So, for example, again, trying to keep Bradley and Phantom out of the view. Go to this so I can fuck with the camera angle. Hope you're doing good, Melper. Also, Emperor, let me know what ignorance is up. Welcome in, Nico. Just kind of showing people how to do this thing. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, I'll send the images and the. You know what? Frozen John for a moment. Frozen John. Need to go ahead and do something. And while I'm at it, I'll probably also go ahead and send the screenshots to Bradley as well. So Frozen John. While I do both those things, trying to do them simultaneously. Having Eco help me recreate some more stars. Hold up, I got you. Trying to scroll and find them. Alright, sent the images to you, Falcon. About to send the ones that you need Eco to you. I'm missing. Oh boy. Good lord, 2K. Give your boy a minute. There we are. Oh lord, 2K. God. Two needs to fix her crap indeed. Having Eco help me with Reva, and the doggone her part of her attire got Thanos abruptly. But there you are, Eco. Oh lord. Alright, send the images to you, Eco. Alright. Also, you can look at the VOD if y'all want. Eco, I know you've asked me about setting stuff up as well, so this is how I get that. Oh lord, the Skate 3. Doggone. Oh lord. Check the ups, I already have them up. Oh lord. CC at DKW. Alright. Alright, let me get back to this. So, I recorded the in-game audio for this. I didn't record the in-game audio, I ain't gonna lie. But say you would record the in-game audio, then now I'm actually gonna record the whatchamacallit, so y'all can see for yourselves how I would do this. I would record. Let me move myself. Usually I have a screen so I can just record the in-game stuff. But I'll probably do that after I finish stream here. Start recording. Actually, rewind. I'm gonna mute myself. Mute the in-game audio so y'all see what it looks like. Realize I didn't mute my mic at all. Side note, that's also why I keep pausing and unpausing it to avoid people getting cropped out, excuse me. Alright. Then, at truth be told, I kind of fucked up because I recorded her doing too much of that clothesline. But I could still make it work. Make sure I have the right person controlled. Record the in-game audio. But for this case scenario, I'm not, because I wanted to have it look smooth. You could just have her miss the clothesline. Like, for example, she would miss the clothesline first time, hit the clothesline the second time. And all the while keep it in continuous recording. I'm not doing that because, again, I'm just trying to show what it would look like visually. At this point, she looked like she would have been around this point in the animation for the clothesline. Cut it to another angle and make it look a bit like it's a dynamic change and not me fucking up, because you wouldn't be able to tell either which way which I'm doing. Then immediately play at the end of the clothesline and record or resume the recording. And then, for example, say if I wanted to cut back to something else, or if I wanted to change the cast of people, say for example I only have these two up, and I went, you know, I could have Phantom and Bradley do something. One thing I could do, if I didn't want to cut back to the ring and I didn't have no backstage stuff to show, I could cut to the audience. Then could resume. Usually I won't let that go for but like 5 seconds. Again, at this point, I would usually stop the recording, then restart it, have some other stuff going on to make it look smoother, but I'm trying to do a whole lot of visual stuff. So say, for example, in this weird timeline, again, using for example, where GCA has that of male and female competitors, and for whatever reason, Zora and Phantom are on the team together. You can control two people at a time. I'll try to avoid doing what I just had happen there, where someone will start trailing off. It's hard because I have to remember who I'm controlling. I have 4 controllers on my lap or around me. And say, could do this if I wanted just ongoing chaos. Keep sharp attention as to whom I got doing what, who's what controller. Try to make sure people is not idling for long. That there, I would have been a fuck up. that I would have stopped the recording, then started up the recording when I get the highlight reel stuff positioned. That can have it be a reveal of all these people are now fighting. Or I could cut it backstage, let the AI do his thing, or if I'm doing a little cutscene sort of dynamic, I could do that. Could do a number of things. But in this case scenario, I just wanted to be like, okay, what if Bradley and Phantom walked up on stage? I have to remember Falcon and Phantom, y'all's names are confusing. Yeah, I could ever resume recording. And say pause. Say I wanted to make this little awkward bit here feel a little less awkward. I could just have it be like, if Bradley is a cocky character in this alternate timeline, have it be more focused on these two. Have him get socked in the jaw. Or I could just have it be focused on them and ignoring the period where Bradley and Phantom are doing nothing. Y'all wouldn't be able to tell anyways. Also keeping in mind how much time I got left before I hit the end of the highlight reel bit. I would have stopped. Then we would have continued on. That's kind of the simple gist of what I do with that of whatchamacalliting. And then to show y'all what it would look like, that little edited bit. If my folders could move, thank you. Why did you not record? It would have shown up the bottom. And say I would usually mute this anyways when I go ahead and edit over it. The meme got worse, oh lord. But to show y'all what it would look like, I would usually mute this when I go ahead and edit it. I would have the in-game audio be the main audio track. I would also have the video underneath it so I can sync up what's going on here, do a little cutting and chopping I needed to. And in turn, this is what the action would kind of look like here. Clothesline, cut, new angle, then clothesline where y'all would have seen the fuck up. It's now gone. Seamless. I try to avoid having points where there would be like y'all saw that bit there where y'all saw the little second where she froze. I tried to avoid that because I'm a bit of a perfectionist with what I do. Then I'll see them continuing on their fight. Then you get to that taunting point. I could have just had the focus on them. Chose to have it zoom in here. Have it be a bit more dynamic looking. But yeah, that is kind of effectively like what I do and how I do it. At least the super simplified version of it. If y'all want, I could go ahead and make that entire segment for this stream, so people that want to go ahead and look back on the VOD, or just look in that specific section whenever this VOD eventually expires, it will be there. Y'all can see it whenever, because I also do need to go ahead and start clearing VODs, because I do want to keep up that 24-hour stream at the end of this month, as well as SummerSlam, so don't be surprised if y'all start seeing some VODs go vanish. But yeah, that's just a bit of a TLDR. I could also, you know what? I could also do a bit of, if I wanted to, could do a backstage segment. And say maybe I don't want to have people running the fade. Maybe I wanted people to go ahead and just talk. Which this is a little bit easier to do. So say I wanted zoom in because there's a lot of spoiler characters I have once again. Feels like this is the days of old. I could either one do triple threat, fatal 4-way, or go into extreme moves. Something where I won't have to worry about countouts. I could choose an arena that is, like, for example, the backstage ones here. I could use multiple controllers. I can have like 3-4 people do stuff. Or if I'm just having 2 people interact with each other and I wanted to use one of the proper backstage areas, I could do one-on-one. Side note, you cannot control more than 2 people in one of these. It's actually sucky. You're limited to 2 people you can control in these. You cannot connect to the 3rd controller or a 4th and have it be used in a backstage brawl. That's also why sometimes I use backstage segments in one of these arenas. Sadly, they aren't as super high polished, or I say high polished like the arenas in 2K25 and beforehand weren't scuffed. But quite frankly, oh dear, what's this? God, I've accidentally helped create a meme, haven't I? God, Lord. God, professional rage baiter, oh Lord. W Photoshop skills though, a lot. We've gone from goofy madness to madness. Check your meme section. God. This is what's gonna happen at next DKW show, isn't it? Except for replace Phantom with, I forgot the name of the guy that Bradley was facing. Forgot his name. Oh Lord. W memory. Off the plane indeed. Yeah, going back to this. If I wanted to have like 3 people interacting, maybe I'm having a backstage brawl where I'm controlling the people. If I'm not controlling it, and I'm just having people just do bullshit, and I wanted to have it be backstage or in the parking lot, I could do whatever these will. Just let the AI do whatever simple stuff. But if I wanted to have people just simply talking, if I'm having 2 people interacting, I'll do whatever. I could either do backstage brawl, choose any of these arenas. If I'm having 3 or more, I would have to do a different arena. Unless I'm again fucking with the dynamics, hiding certain people and whatnot. Otherwise, I would have to choose one of these arenas if I wanted to add 3 or more people in, or if I just wanted to simply just use any of these arenas, I could. But for demonstrations, I'm gonna use one of these really quick. And say I wanted to have you yapping it up with you. Just make sure I have both in control. This is effectively a super TLDR-ified version of how I do stuff. But it's simple enough where y'all could just go off from it. And say for whatever reason I'm having Yujiro Hanma yapping it up with Falcon, I can have them. If I wanted to have them with a different attire, I could. If I didn't, I could just have them be as is. It depends on how I'm feeling. It also depends on how I'm feeling for where I would want them to be. Whether it be for aesthetic purposes, for a little foreshadowing, whatever else I might have. Then I would usually have them, someone approaches someone. Then I'll go ahead, use a highlight reel, have that bit where where the Phantom turns around And when I'm doing this, I'm a little bit more likely to have it focused on a specific person. Because it doesn't matter if they're moving but so much. It's not like them fighting. Record. And I could have it pause. Turn around, reveal, Yujiro walking up. Choose an angle where this time around I'm a little bit more focused on just simply aesthetics. Like, I don't know if y'all heard about the I don't know the specific terminology for it, but like the rule of thirds, I try to focus on that, make sure that one person's on the left, one person's on the right. I use like normal film practices that they use for like filming stuff, cartoons, anime, live action shit. I try to think of like I'm doing that sort of thing, even though I'm just using 2K. Now I'll go ahead, have him turn around, or if I wanted it to take longer, sometimes I'll also go ahead and have it unfocus, so there's less movement, especially since it's now focused on multiple people. Again, I could have it rewind further to make it look like it takes longer for Phantom. Good lord, y'all's names is messing me up today. Phantom could turn around as Yujiro approaches him. Had that going for a bit. This, with yaps, you don't necessarily have to record the in-game audio, because sometimes you might hear like the crowd going on, which is something I don't want to have. Usually I'll go ahead, have whatever voice lines, whatever people is yapping go on, and I'll go ahead and either go off of YouTube or go off the app I use. I use CapCut. I don't know if I would want to recommend it, because they got a lot of AI bullshit in there. I just skirt by using any of that shit. On top of that, their subscription prices are ridiculous. I'm lucky because I still have the old subscription prices before they made it, so you had to pay for shit for a year, which I prefer paying like $10 a month than like a good 100 something a year. Even if ultimately I might lose money, saying one day I wanted to cancel my subscription, say they fuck up with an update. I'm yapping too much, but usually I'll go ahead and use audio I get from CapCut or audio I get from YouTube, whatever, to go ahead and have the ambiance there. If I want to have music for whatever sort of vibe I wanted to have, I could do that too. After like a good 40-ish seconds, 20-ish to 40 seconds, it really varies on this game, I'll go ahead, go to the highlight reel, and I'll go ahead and I'll yoink an angle. Say Phantom sitting here going, what the fuck is going on, yapping, saying whatever it is, whatever the situation's going on or is happening. And usually I would have it record for the entire like 28 seconds, just in case. Then I'll do the same for Yujiro. Make sure it is a nice looking angle that he's not being propped out of. Usually we'll have him be at the side. Another thing I try to do is make sure that they're facing opposite directions, so you can tell that they're talking to each other. I ignore that if I have multiple people beyond, like, say 2 individuals. But like Phantom's looking off to the right, Yujo's looking off to the left. Normal filmography type shit I just incorporate here. Or I could even have it be Yujiro off to the side of the camera, Phantom to the other side. Or maybe if they were back to back instead of facing each other, I could do like this and this, or whatever. And then say if I wanted to get some extra footage just in case the yaps go on for more than like 27 seconds, I could just have them continue to have the idols, so you don't see them doing the same idle animations back to back in the exact same manner. Or I can just have the different angle. still facing in this same general direction. Then record for like a good 28 seconds. Likewise, different angle, facing the same general direction. Yada yada. And say if I wanted to have the segment end with somebody walking off, I could just do that. Get whatever sort of vibe I'm trying to go for. To each their own with whatever you want to do. I'm just kind of laying things down for y'all. Now go ahead. Get it angled to show Yujiro leaving. Maybe I want to keep the camera lingering on him. Side note, don't keep this part up. That should be a bit obvious, but yeah. And yeah. Now I'll go ahead, edit that footage, mute the audio from the game. Wouldn't have to record like in-game audio footage like I would for people who are fighting, unless I'm having them fight, of which case I would record the audio. And then ultimately I would wrap things up by editing all the stuff together. Some promo segments I'll have all music, depending on what sort of vibe I'm trying to go for. If it's silly, I'll have some SpongeBob or some meme-ish or whatever sort of music. And when it's serious, I have serious. And when it to be, it's just whatever fits the vibe you're going for. Sometimes I won't even have music. Regardless, I will try to have some form of ambiance like in the background, so it's not just the people talking. Because like, say for example, say if you're by yourself, like right now, if you were to mute me, and if you have me on one of your monitors, you got like another tab, something else going on. If you were to mute me and mute whatever else you had on, you aren't by nobody, you may not even be outside, you're just doing whatever it is you're doing, you're likely to still hear something. That's something I like to do to try and keep y'all immersed and whatnot. Because like, for example, if I were to take my headphones off and I were to just take in the world around me, and I stay dead silent, I could hear my computer whirring. I could hear crickets outside because I have my windows slightly open and it's the 10 at night. I can always hear something. You almost never hear nothing, dead silence. And say maybe you want to know, like, what do I go ahead and look up? Say, for example, if I wanted some ambiance for Yujiro yapping to Phantom and they're outside, I could go ahead, maybe look up some ambiance, some woodland ambiance, whatever it may be. I'll record this, I'll eat that into the video, and I'll make sure it's very low to the point where if they weren't talking and it was dead silence between the two, you could still hear. I'm gonna turn it up so y'all can hear better. But you could still hear this faintly. Like right now, if I were to just stop talking and go dead silent, you could still hear the ambiance. But if I keep yapping, you don't really hear it. You're mostly focused on me. You're mostly paying attention to me. You're mostly going to hear me or whomever it is that I'm talking to or whatever else I'm trying to have you pay attention to as the listener. But if I stop talking and nobody's talking to me at that very moment, it's not dead silence. You don't just all of a sudden hear. If I stop yapping, I stop talking, nobody's yapping to me, nobody's talking to me. Even if it's ever so quiet, you can still hear that ambiance. You can still hear that woodland. Something to help keep it a little bit more immersed. Keep that immersion going on. I'll also go ahead and take note of as to where I'm at. Maybe I'm in like the default backstage area WWE 2K provides you. And I want maybe like a officey sort of ambiance. I won't have jazz. But that's usually because I'll go ahead and have whatever music I want on. But some white noise. Or it's been a while since I looked it up. I usually use another one. It's a somewhat eerie sort of ambiance. Is this the one I use? Yeah. Well, the intention is not to be eerie. Sometimes y'all hear the like a ambiance like this in like rooms kind of akin to that the default backstage area in 2K. Like you could probably hear that sort of sound come from an area like this. Like imagine if you were in this area here backstage, you can probably expect to hear some sounds like this. But it's just a bunch of random things, random little bits and things I like to do for immersion. You don't have to do all this stuff. I'm just telling you how I approach things, my thought process, how I do all this sort of stuff. Maybe even something to go ahead and keep your eyes on for a future WKW and MCW show. Because I do have intentions to have people do some promos, some backstage stuff. Hopefully I can have a promo tomorrow. But we'll have to wait and see. Ow. Don't know what that was. I'm assuming either someone followed me or someone got subbed up. I just don't know what, because neither OBS nor the chat updates is telling me what that was. I kind of just got pelted with the crown, but if you were someone that followed or subbed, I appreciate ya. They appreciate it. Or if you just resubbed, I don't know. But yeah. And that is just kind of how I approach stuff. I'll probably go ahead and have this be a little segment on the channel so y'all can see it even when this VOD expires. Y'all can also just check the VOD on YouTube. But yeah. That said, there was another thing I wanted to do on this little short stream here tonight. Before I go ahead and raid out this TSO Sage, because I've been wanting to raid out to him throughout the week, haven't had the opportunity. And that, for my Tokusatsu fans, because I have been debating and intending on getting my feet wet in the world of Kamen Rider, and I did this half a year ago when I first started to eye Super Sentai and Power Rangers. So I thought, and got hit by somebody. Before I get to that of a tier list, I'm gonna say this twice. Feel free to join the Discord, because we are gonna be doing some Tokusatsu watch-alongs. If you haven't, feel free to go ahead and vote which series you want for Kamen Rider, which series for Super Sentai. They're all listed up here again. You got Kamen Rider O's, which is currently in the lead. Kamen Rider Shin, the movie, I believe it's a movie. And Kuga, which this song comes from. The song that, ironically enough, Kabuto from MCW uses. You know, there is a Kamen Rider named Kabuto. You also got Gokaigers, Deca Ranger, Power Rangers, Mega Force, and Super Mega Force, and the Time Rangers. Which, for those that have been sticking around for a while, WKW, Time Rangers is where our main event thing comes from. This song. Because it is their opening. That said, I go ahead and eat that again. Feel free to join the Discord. If you already are in the Discord, feel free to go ahead and put your votes in. Currently in the lead, Deca Ranger and O's. and it's currently they're set to go up starting next Friday. But I want to go ahead and see which Kamen Rider fits do I fancy the most. Before I get to that, let me go ahead and do something so y'all can have some music in the background while it's not in the stream. In the case scenario, I wanted to go ahead and make this a video. I don't want y'all to hear the audio kind of scuffed. Let's see. Been a while since I used this version of whatchamacallit. So this year, I'm just simply gonna go ahead and decide which Kamen Rider base form fit would I fancy having. Not saying which is the best, not saying which is the strongest, cause I don't fucking know. I've only just started to get my feet into the pool of Kamen Rider in this past like 3-ish months. And truth be told, I've been aware, unlike with Super Sentai, where I have started to get into Super Sentai because I was in a call with two of my close friends, one of my best friends, that of Thero, as well as Ume, and they were watching the final Super Sentai series, as well as airing that of Gozyuja, which kicked off my Power Rangers Sentai lurking phase before I decided to go ahead and start diving more into it with that of Time Ranger. Your boy kind of has been aware of Kamen Rider for years. I just haven't had the desire to watch it or really look into it at all up until recently. But quite frankly, your boy has been eyeing that of Kamen Rider. Weirdly enough, the thing that made me start going, let me start looking more into Kamen Rider. Unlike with Sentai, where it was because someone was watching it and I just happened to be in the call and I was like, what is this? Is this Power Rangers? Yes, but no. Huh? Kamen Rider, I knew about it. I was in this TCG store and I was curious to see if they had any Build-A-Figure, these figure kits for Super Sentai. They didn't have any. I start going, you know what I want to do? They got any for Kamen Rider? And they had this Build-A-Figure kit for Kamen Rider O's. And that's kind of what led me down the slide of getting into Kamen Rider. That said, which of these suits, based off of their drip alone, as to somebody that has, I won't say no knowledge, because I have a decent bit of knowledge. I have watched a bit of a small bit of Kamen Rider, not much, not but so much. Let me go ahead and dive into this here. Between Xade and Gaim, believe you're the Fruit Ninja. Fruit Ninja versus the video game Scientist. See, I know a decent bit of ball. I ain't completely out of the loop like I was when I first did that Power Rangers Super Sentai thing. I know a decent bit, been really diving into it a considerable amount. That said, in terms of I wanted to have one, this screams ninja. And the fact that there's a decent chance some of y'all might not even remember that name. This looks like a... If you change this outfit... Oh god, hold up. I need some water. Excuse me. If y'all have seen that old streamer, that old Fortnite streamer Ninja, this gives me the vibes of Ninja, but pink. Oh my, you subbed. It would probably look cooler if you ask me, like when I was 10 years old. Not saying it's a bad design by anything. I'd prefer a Gaim. Give me the orange boy. Kabuto or Revi? Not too familiar with you. Prefer Kabuto any which ways. Color scheme, design, and all. Gaive or Forze? Forze. Fun, not gonna lie. When I first started to dive into the pool of Kamen Rider stuff, I did not like Forze's design. But I will say it has grown on me. Guy, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Another one I'm not too familiar with. I'm torn. Because this color scheme, it can either really work for me or really just feel off to me. And I'm in that weird in between where I like it and dislike it simultaneously. That said, if you were to ask me when I first saw these suits, I would have said Gav or Give. But I'm going Forze. Going forwards. Deno or Kuga? No offense to Deno, but I really love Kuga's design. And this is for everybody's base form, going off of their looks. So, for example, if I were to go ahead and be like, which Kamen Rider will I want to go ahead and cosplay? This is kind of like that. With I won't say no knowledge, I won't say a lot of knowledge, with a finite amount of knowledge of these Kamen Riders. A finite amount. I'm not a guy that doesn't know ball. Like, I know you're the musical one that actually was not meant to be a Kamen Rider at first. You were meant to be something else, but they slapped the Kamen Rider brand on you, which is also why you don't look or get the vibes of Kamen Rider off. Versus Blade. That being said, I kind of fucks with Hibiki. Ooh! Decade or Decade and Nagito. I like Agito. But I'll have some points where I'll be looking at Agito and his outfit reminds me of Kuga's. A little bit much. At least it's not as bad as like the first two Kamen Riders where that's the same fit between Ichigo and Nigo, his name is, I believe. But yeah, I'm going Naked! Drive and Wizardo. A little tougher. Same color scheme too. They're both really nice looking. It's tough too, because this looks like something I would be more likely to wear, but I've been getting the hunger to wear some bulkier cosplays, so it is a toss-up. But this looks a bit Wizard looks more dripped out. Fies or Build. I'm leaning a bit more towards, this might be a hot take, I don't know. Leaning towards Fies. Oh, sorry. Yachad or Ryuki? Ryuki. Double or... Ooh. This is the first one that's like actually hard. It's like I really fuck with Double. And Double was one of the, like, before I started to get into Kamen Rider, one of the two fits that I would think of when you would bring up Kamen Rider. But I've used Geats as inspiration for some of the designs I have coming up in WKW. It's really unique, really lovely looking. I'm going Geats. Geats or 0-1. I feel like I hold a double because why are you back immediately? I'm taking you out just for that. I might have I fucked over double. Not double. I fucked over doggone, whatever. Whatever, we move. Kabuto or Forze? I'm going Kabuto still. Zets or Hibiki? A little closer than I would have thought. Because I have I do fuck with a bit of the simpler sort of vibe going here. Still for a bit of bulk-ish on like the chest as well as the chest driver. And I really like the helmet too. Hibiki is still dripped out, I won't lie. So I'm going Zets. Ghost Wizard. I like Ghost, but Wizards is stripped out a bit more. Kiba. Not my favorite, not my least favorite, but still preferred over Gaim. Just realized there hasn't been no music playing for a minute. My bad. The old Orpheus. Fucking with the purple. Purple, pink, whatever you want to call it. Decade or double. Really do fuck with the color scheme of double as well as the chest piece. And the helmet's one of my favorites for a Kamen Rider. And I really like the vibe that Decade has. Decade, however you want to pronounce it. I believe it's Decade. Also fuck with... His legs give me action figure vibes. That said, if there's one I prefer that looks a little bit more smooth, I'm going double. Kuga Ryuki. I'm trying to avoid bias from other forms, because if I was doing that, I would say Kuga. Kuga in all of its forms looks fire. I don't know how I feel about Ryuki Survive. I don't think I like Ryuki Survive's helmet. But as their base forms, I prefer what's going on with Kuga. A little too much red leather with a full body for Ryuki. I prefer Kuga. Zets or double. Not double or O's. I said double. We like the approach to this entire design, but I love doubles. Fit too much. You's cool. But one, you were not meant to be here. I didn't realize that it wasn't that of which Kamen Rider was it? Crap, I can't remember his name. Didn't realize it was a new round, and I kind of hold it. But still, not my favorite design. As compared to Kuga, one of the goats. Kifa Wizard. Kabuto Zio, Kabuto. Kuga Wizard. Fuck with Kuga way too much. Double or why do I keep saying double? O's, not double. O's or Kabuto. I ain't gonna lie with you. Shit, I really like me some Kabuto. That chains beetle. That armor. That color scheme. But I fuck with O's too much. And the finale. This is not me trying to do like some, hey, my Discord. Y'all can join the Discord. Because right now it's looking like we're going to watch double. Or, stop saying double! But we're going to watch O's. And feel free to go ahead and join the Discord. Vote if you wish. But I just really love the color scheme of O's. I fuck with both of them. And again, this is off of like a cosplay thing. But O's is one of the few Kamen Riders where their base form I've been looking at to get. If I were to ever get a Kamen Rider cosplay, which they're fucking all very expensive. But like the color scheme of O's just is too good. It is too good. Really fuck with the red. Really fuck with the yellow. Really fuck with the green. And on top of that, your boy is black, and these colors together resonates with your boy. So I ain't gonna lie. Really fuck with Kugo. But O's might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite, base form Kamen Rider designs. Now, if we're talking about like final form, that might be up for debate. Cause Putatia versus what is his name? for Kabuto. Not amazing. Was it Ultimate? No, why did you send me to Naruto? Wrong Kabuto! Wrong Ultimate! I'm trying to find this the form's name. I said Cop. Good lord, no wonder why I didn't find it. I searched Kabuto, not Kuga. Apologies if I keep fucking up names. Your boy is having an off day with names. But like, if I were to say Ultimate Kuga, it is a bit more tougher. But if I were to put Ultimate Kuga, not Ultimate Kuga, if I were to put up Putotira, and for those that don't know what that looks like, if I were to put up this versus Ultimate Brain Cell completely fired off there. Rising Ultimate, I probably would go Kuga. Really fuck with all the O's forms, but I might go with Rising. Ultimate Rising. Wait. That said, what about their theme songs? Your boy isn't as familiar with Kamen Rider themes. I've only begun really recently looking into them. There's a good chance this is not going to be included or uploaded to YouTube. Well, let's see which Kamen Rider theme is the best as someone that has barely gotten his feet wet. Ibiki. Very fitting for the sort of vibe this series has, to my knowledge. I was about to say, yeah, I need a bit more. Really sort of wilderness sort of vibe. I could hear this sort of song being included in like a game like a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild type in a doggone Dragon Quest? What's that overworld game that's like Dragon Quest? I don't know if it is Dragon Quest or something else of that sort. Like one of those sort of overworld games, or maybe even a Fire Emblem-esque sort of vibe I get from Hibiki's Open versus Force. Switch on. I've heard a lot of Kamen Rider themes do start to get that anime sort of vibe. Side note, I'm also yapping over this. I am very much so paying attention. I'm just trying to not get smacked by copyright potentially, because I don't know. They both feel fitting towards the vibe, especially Hibiki's. I'm giving it the fullest. Hibiki's second opening versus shit. There is a song from a couple of songs from Shin that I fuck with, but Forever isn't quite the main one that I be fucking with. It's like a lot of the other OST tracks from Kamen Rider Shin that I'd be really rocking with. Some of the more horror-y sort of songs, like, hold up. For those that have been vibing with your boy for the rest of the series, we got here WKW and MCW. Y'all would have heard at the start of our most recent pay-per-view, Fayetteville. Because I usually have my startup, the countdown screen, and it will lead into something. The most recent show we had, I don't think I have it up here. Is this it? No. I did. Nope, this is not it. That's something else. But like I had something that would play cutting off the countdown that immediately had people fighting, throwing hands, and a Shin theme was played. That of Shin's theme from when he first transformed. Because I really do fuck with how eerie and ominous this is and how much it builds up. Now let y'all hear it a bit more as I drink some water real quick. You just hear it building and building and getting more grandiose sort of fulfill. It just gets louder and louder too. Then it starts to die out. That and some of the other songs. Because, little fun fact, listening to the soundtrack has inspired me. I think it was this track all the way up until like this. Like some of these very eerie, ominous sort of songs help inspire a character that y'all gonna see in my wrestling series, WKW as well. Saying my wrestling series and stuff and whatnot, in case this is being seen by people that aren't in the wrestling side of the community, because I do intend on trying to get this part of the VOD and whatnot cut up, maybe edited by somebody. We'll see. Like all these songs, some horror sort of vibes. Fun fact, again, for those that be vibing with the wrestling series, y'all would have heard a little random creepy promo thingy that was set in the EFED Cafe a good week ago that featured that song. Let's see if I can find it real quick. There's one of these that included that song for a bit of that eerie sort of vibe. Up. But yeah, just try and give it a bit more of that creepy, off-putting vibe. There is also, I think... Okay, no, so that, it was these three. These three mainly. Don't fuck with Forever as much. That's for like a sort of bittersweet sort of song, which to my knowledge is fitting with the show or the movie. Yuki's second opening, however, I'm gonna have to give it to you. Double or double or fives? I'm sure you can tell I've heard all these at least once before. Double might have it, but let me remind myself what fives sounded like. Now, I do really fuck with fives. But I would say double does beat it out. Boiled Extreme. J versus... Oh, nope, sorry. Kamen Rider Black and Black RX are some of my favorite. I'm not super high on the old school Kamen Rider themes. They're not bad, but they all get smoked out of the water by Kamen Rider Black and Kamen Rider Black RX. Lord have mercy if I find them all. Anything goes. Kamen Rider O's. Or Gaim. Not letting them play for but so long. Again, in case of copyright. Ooh. I was about to say O's. I'm gonna let you play for a bit longer than I was intending. Some actiony yet silly sort of vibes I get with O's opening. I might go leaning a bit more towards Gaim, I ain't gonna lie. That might change in the future. Blade or ZX? Given me, it does feel fitting for the times. It does feel like a 2000s sort of song. Hear this being in like some sort of 2000s anime game. Or Dragon Road. Ooh. I might actually have to go with ZX. Xaid or Ryuki? Excite or Live a Life? Hard ass stuck on cover for Ryuki, by the way. This feels like it could be a modern day anime opening. This really does feel like I could hear it like a 2026, 2027 anime opening. Alright, ain't giving you but so long to play. Or side note, when we do get to that, the watch long stuff, whenever we finish a series, I will go ahead and have a much bigger list next time when we do the voting stuff. So again, feel free to join the Discord, because we'll be doing some watch long stuff soon. Because this time around, I only had 3 Kamen Rider series. I realized there's a lot more I should have put on there that have caught my eyes, and Ryuki is one of them. Ooh, that is a little bit tougher than I was thinking, not gonna lie. Ooh. This might be the hard one of the night. This might be the hard one of the night. Crap baskets. I'll go Xaid. I'll go Xaid. I'll go Xaid. Sky Rider. Enjoyable old song. You want to participate? Thank you. I had a feeling that as soon as I vaguely recalled how this went. I'll let you play out more later on because you're moving on. Yeah. Stronger or which one was you? Let's go Rider King. Oh, the OG. I think. Yeah, the OG. Yeah, the OG, the original Kamen Rider. Ichigo. That's it. I see myself listening to Strongest song more often. Not to quickly curb you out, but yeah, I've heard that song a couple of times. Not super high in it. Levi's or Agito. The colors are lovely, yet simultaneously burning my retinas. It is both lovely and burning my eyes simultaneously. I don't know how you manage that with the cover. Or we're ready to go, count zero. Kamen Rider Akito. Is this that one? Yes, it is. Oh crap. Kamen Rider Akito. I'm going Akito. Later, Geets. Gotta remind myself, don't let them play too long. These are some modern day anime sounding songs. A little tougher. Never mind, it's not that tough. I'm going Geets. Going Geets. Yeah, that hit too good. That hit too good. Well, so you move on. Easy. V3 or Skyrider second opening. Or V3. Yeah, I recall how V3 went now. I think it makes that a bit easier. I'm going V3. Kiva. Or not certain for which Kamen Rider you are. Kamen Rider Forgo? Don't recall the Forgo being a Kamen Rider. Maybe hold up. I don't think that is a name. It sounds drive. It says right there, drive. Ernest Drive. Is this for Drive? Frozen is on as I investigate. No, I'm getting Showtime, Rider Time, no.
中正義は勝つとまだ言えるのデスティネーションタイム別ればかりを繰り返す
That's how this does go hard.
ちぎれたまま僕らの生まれたわけがただ傷つけてただ苦しい
Can't mark down where. I said I let that go on for far too long. Versus Break the Chain for Kiva. This does feel very 2000s as well. Skipping you to your drop. I'm gonna go with this one. Either I don't know which Kamen Rider or show you are for. Show, movie, or whatever it may be. Agito or Kabuto? I don't think I played Kabuto as the last round. Unless this is the same round. This might be the same round. Ooh. Alright, so avoid myself from going too long. This is not... I don't know if you played twice, so I might be going Agito, but I'm going Kabuto anyways. Gav, or I don't know which one you... Mass... Well, no, it says Mass Rider. That's just Kamen Rider in general. Probably the coldest of cold takes, I'd imagine Kamen sounds better than Mass. I know it's the English version, what they call it in America. You might have an easy one. Don't like some of the first one. Yeah. Crap baskets. Black or Agito? To my knowledge, this is actually sung by the actor that plays as the Kamen Rider himself in this season. Skipping ahead to the drop because I know how this song goes. Kamen Rider Black. Kamen Rider Black. That said, as much as I enjoy Kamen Rider Black's opening, I ain't gonna lie. And I don't think it's going to be on this list. Prefer Black RX's opening. Prefer Black RX. Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Dun, 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 dun. Even skipping ahead to the drop. Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider Black on X. I prefer. I really do fuck with the RX version. That said, Agito, you moving on. Love Black, but I prefer Agito. Gonna zoom through a bit more here. Double Gaim or Geets? Let's give it a bit. Or I'm gonna go Geats. I'm gonna go Geats. Stronger or V3? Doing a little quick listens here. I'm gonna go Stronger. Yuki. Zero one. I'm actually go for you. X8. Fours. Let's do it a little bit faster. Threes here. Double. 0-1 still got it, just barely. Geats. Now I'm gonna start listening to these. This is where we get back to being hard. Ready to go, count zero. Kamen Rider Ahito. Rider Ahito. Or wait, give me a drop. Give me a drop. It's actually hard. I was gonna go Agito, but I'll give it to 0-1. I'm giving it to 0-1. Double or Yeats. Trying to go to y'all's high points here. Versus, nope, did not mean to do that. Get back here. Fun fact, didn't realize Double had an anime version as well. Don't know if it's a sequel or if that's in the midst of the story. Boy. I'm giving it to Double. I'm giving it to Double, just barely. Between these two as a final. These two as a final. Or crap. Ooh. You know what? I think I have my answer. The winner of the first time I'm doing this Kamen Rider opening tournament is. That's another thing I forgot to add, the doggone drum roll sound effect thingy. Your winner I gotta go Kamen Rider double. I gotta go double. Genuinely, really fucking with Doggone song. Don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I'm going with double. Let me pull this up here. The board. But that's. I keep saying these are short streams and I go on for like an hour, 2 hours. Lord, we're gonna be back again tomorrow for some MCW. I'm gonna go ahead and raid TSO Sage, in which is doing a little bit of Kamen, in which was a part of the whole event going on. Your boy gotta hurry up and finish stuff for MCW and WKW. So I greatly appreciate all y'all for joining me here. Thank you, Phantom, for the raid. Thank you for joining me here, Phantom, Falcon, Pepsi, Emperor, Eco, Falcon, and everybody else. The DJ as well, and God Drifter too. You already know it is, and as usual, goodbye, smooch, good night. See y'all tomorrow. Join the Discord. Join us as we're gonna join us as we are going to go ahead and dive into the Nine Says Kamen Rider. Goodbye, smooch, good night, bye-bye. Bye-bye! Ugh, voice crack.